Computer. Lights. Greetings. Oh, this one's been a long time coming. It's one of those games that for years I thought, oh, I beat that back when I was a kid, and then I realized later, as I just happened across some footage of the late game, I'm like, oh wait, I have no memory of this. I don't think I beat it. I got really far. Feel free to pause if you do want to read Captain Picard's opening log. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no awesome Patrick Stewart voice to go with it, but if you've watched enough of the show, I'm sure you can imagine. So also with us, it's a bit dimly lit from here, but the Enterprise D is with us, as well as my Star Trek mug from the 25th anniversary, which was more than 25 years ago, and now I'm just like... remembering that my dad, as a little child, watched the original series in syndication. It's not Roctagino, but it's damn good coffee. And hot. Here we go. So you can basically just use the information presented to make your own decisions, but you can always pop into the ready room and get a little bit of an update from Picard. So, for those of you who haven't played this game, or it's been a long-ass time since you did, I'm gonna do a quick little tour around the bridge. So, most of the time, you're not gonna be able to do anything except just plot a course for a new place and go. You know, obviously, unless you're in a place that's safe to beam down, you know, you can't. You can always check on engineering. A good thing to do is instead of just waiting for any damage to happen, you can pre-allocate resources, damage control teams to certain areas. I like to do that to the hull and life support, because if you lose either one of those, it's game over. Not a bad idea to also pre-allocate to shields, engines, and weapons. You can further sub-allocate, but... And then also a bit of navigation. Now, you repair things faster, like the more of the meter you fill up, but you want to leave some resources to spare. Without the navigation system operational, you can't escape from a battle if it goes south. The rest will leave open. The computer is mainly there just for information. A lot of this is pulled directly from the TNG technical manual. For example, the lineage of the Enterprise at that point. Which I prefer to go off of this. You know, it was, the Enterprise A was originally the York count, but the most important thing is the mission log. I didn't know this as a kid, I just had the cartridge, I didn't have the instruction book. This is where you save and load your game, but you only get one save slot. So we'll leave that alone for now. You never really need to use the sensor system, but it gives you some nice information. And then this is another really cool thing. It's just kind of underutilized. Like, there's actually like so many places you can explore, and it works in a very like authentic to the show kind of way. Just unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of places to actually go, and there's not a lot you can do off of the beaten path of the story. When you get the warning for a safe warp exceeded, that means you'll damage the engines a bit. But since we've already allocated some resources to maintaining the warp engines, that should take care of itself. So we'll hit warp 7. This game started as a Super Nintendo game by Spectrum Holobyte, RIP, which was called, I think, Futures Pass. So Sega took the game and reprogrammed it themselves for the Genesis, and it's called Echoes from the Past. It's actually a bit unusual to get a random encounter that early. So, in keeping with the show, what do we want to do? It's almost always Riker and Worf leading the away team, and then we'll, use some ensigns, probably ones that are best for tactical situations, right? Why not? I really like, even with the small sprites and pixels, like how well you can pick out who is who, generally. Phasers are set to stun, of course. Alright, now that we've cleared out the riffraff. This is very old school, like, adventure, I guess, certain RPGs like this too, like, you've got your crew just following along with you, and you're only controlling the leader. But you can switch between characters, and you can split off, which sometimes can be useful, but... So it's a little awkward. You do get used to it. You also kind of figure out, you know, you can... You know, phasers are always fired from one side of the character, so... This is a good spot if you're playing this game for the first time to just kind of walk around and get a feel for, like, how to switch items and how to switch characters. Nobody's got a tricorder. Well, that's great. And you can always switch. There's at least 2 dialogue options you can always pick. Oh, also, I should have... It should have been, like, the first thing I mentioned. I realize my uniform is 23rd century, and we're playing in the 24th. This is all I have, folks. Yeah, unless you want to donate a TNG era uniform, you know, I'll happily wear it on the show for you, but this is what she got, y'all. But at least I have the matching 23rd century communicator. Somehow we used to think being able to carry something around like this all the time would be cool. And then we got this piece of crap. Go away. Oh, okay, we'll go on patrol. Now, if you're new to the game, it's very easy to just see that you're under attack and jump straight to tactical, which you can do. Nothing stops you from that. We did take some hits to the engines. But if you ever see... Well, if you hear that, but if you also see the blue light flashing, you can open a channel. The Enterprise is always the closest ship.
Oriens Alpha 4. Yeah, I'd prefer to avoid some random encounters, so we're going Warp 8. You can talk your way out of the majority of random encounters. I hear tell, because I haven't played it, on the Super Nintendo version, apparently it's a little bit more difficult to peacefully get out of random encounters, so... One day I will play that version, but this is the one I grew up with. It just now occurred to me that maybe I could have been reading these to you all, but I'm like... It's gonna be jarring hearing my stupid voice, but you see Patrick Stewart's face on the screen and you want to hear Picard's voice. See, and Picard's log implies that this could be kind of a Mass Effect style thing. Like, you know, who do you choose to save? It doesn't quite work out that way, but it potentially does make for an interesting dilemma. But we're gonna go drop off those medical supplies. The game lets you, like, you can actually go to Impulse. Which we were so close anyway that it didn't matter, but... So this is your first real test in this game. So I'm trying not to overdo it with metagame knowledge, but it makes sense. You'd want to send, like, Data and Geordi. I'd stop pressing the wrong buttons. Oh my gosh. I'm an expert. Well, okay. It would have been Data and Geordi, and then maybe, like, Worf for security detail, but... See, for most characters on this ship, you start out completely in the dark. Data has the ability to see a little bit better. Alright, so we start out in engineering. I don't think the switch does anything yet, no. See, of course, as a child, renting this game, like, this is... I got stumped for a hot second trying to figure this ship out. Yeah, I've got lights on. Yeah, it doesn't do anything yet. We're gonna do it like this. Stick with Data and Worf. They're tough. This music kind of scared me as a kid, too. I thought Star Trek was gonna be, like, easygoing.
There is something else that gets spooky, but I won't spoil it. Just mildly. It's... Yeah, again, like, the animations and the sprites, as small as they are, like, how well it, shows off each character. Like, you know who they are. Without even having to look at the roster. It's like, well done. So you just match the, picture on the canister to the picture on the wall, and that tells us what we need. These are optical computer circuits, we don't need those yet, but... These things freaked me out as kids. As kids? I wasn't plural, I was singular. As a kid. We didn't destroy it, did we? Did I get it? That's their shuttlecraft, it's kinda cool. Yeah, unless you destroy these, some kind of regenerator, yeah, they'll not stop sending bots after you. It's very stressful. I don't think there's a limit on how much each character can carry. If you want to make it easier to keep track, you can have different characters carrying different items. Holy crap. It doesn't normally have that many robots ready to go. They're not typically able to follow you, but just in case, I wanted to make sure I had taken care of this. That was a lot of robots. Okay. Well, you want to repair the main engines, but I don't want to play the rest of this with the screen shaking like that, so... we'll move on. I don't think we have enough to repair this yet, but we can at least put... we have to repair the main computer. Oops. Oh, we can do this piece too. We'll let Worf lead for a minute. The data's got a bit beat up. you're not sure where you are, you can use the tricorder to... It'll tell you what section your area of the map's called. Very helpful on this level. I think we might need this again. Oh, you can't take the pump once it's in slow. Okay. Yep. Worf's piece. Worf has one piece. Computer's up, and you can see the little monitors are now operational. Oh, this one already had a pressurization pump, okay. Don't think there's anything in here. No. Not every room has something that you need, so. I think that's it. I think we just had to get the computer repaired and the engines repaired, I want to say. Just to be sure, I'll go check out the alien bridge. Well, I guess I could be smart and save myself some time. Because Data could be like, hey, Ensign Dyer, why don't you go flip the switch? In case I clicked through that too fast, they were supposed to be present at a trial to determine which civilization will get this item of incredible power that can reshape the galaxy. We've stopped their ship from having its orbit decay and crash into Oriens Alpha 3, but they can no longer attend the trial. Occasionally, I still come across some dialogue I haven't. I can just imagine Picard being kind of like irritated. Alright, so. How far along are we? Okay. So I feel like most people who played this, especially as a rental, like, you might have gotten stuck for a while on the ship, but you eventually kind of plowed your way through it. But we're about to get to the part of the game that I'm sure stonewalled a lot of y'all. Well, we're definitely not going on impulse. Apparently the people who set up this mining colony never watched the episode Devil in the Dark. Alright, let's see if I can select properly. C button! Jeez. Riker, Worf, Geordi. I'm imagining if this was an episode of the show, the Crusher would probably be sent down. The idea being that, like, hey, maybe there's some, like, injured miners down there. This is the rationale I'm going with. This music shaped a significant part of my childhood. It's a mine! Wow, okay. I'm kind of like... This is where I'm a little irritated that there's not any kind of a map system in the game. Where, like, at least if you... Even if you have to manually use your tricorder to fill it in, at least that would be something. Y'all are about to see why that would be very useful. Alright, here we go. Or it's like, you were able to beam us in, like, why can't you, have given us a sensor sweep of the... mine, at least. And I realize... Normally you need Geordi to see this, but... You can collect some precious minerals. I realize... I could use this newfangled thing called the internet to, I'm sure somebody's made a thorough map of this level already, or done some kind of like a video walkthrough where it kind of takes you along an optimal path to rescue everybody, but that's not how I'm doing it. I'm going partially from memory and partially just figuring it out exactly how we would have back in the day. 1994. Now, I know approximately how large these mines are, so I don't have a pencil and paper, or pen and paper. But if for anything much larger or more complex, I would definitely be busting out the old notebook. It's fortunate that the music is so badass in this part. It makes it feel less like the most irritating thing you'll ever experience on your Sega Genesis. Oh, I left that red alert up the whole time. I guess that won't... I guess that comment won't make any sense because I'm gonna fix that in post. I mostly do these shows live, like, I have all my effects ready to go, but there's certain things that I like to do that I'll have to do, like, on the second pass of the, recording. Yeah, and since we have some time to spare here, I can tell you all it. Yeah, this was one of my most played Genesis games in 94 into 95. Like I said, I didn't have the complete in box. I already went up here. Oh, yeah. I didn't go this far, okay. Alright, frequency of these slug spawns is too damn high. That was right up there, like, I played this almost as much as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and then there was Vector Man, and then Toe Jam and Earl 2, and Gunstar Heroes. Alright, seriously, you guys are... So, as a gigantic Star Trek nerd in the 90s, well, I mean, I've never not been a Star Trek nerd, but, you know. This was, like, probably peak Star Trek. I don't know if it's ever really returned to that peak or ever will. Where, like, the Next Generation was at its highest production value. And then we had Deep Space Nine, and then there was... Voyager was in the beginnings of production. You know, the original series movies had left off on a fantastic note with Star Trek VI. Still one of the best theatrical experiences I've ever had in my life. Seeing that movie, like... The way the entire theater erupted in cheers when Kirk and Sulu defeat General Chang above Kimmer is just like... is one of the best cinematic experiences of my entire life. Just absolutely wonderful. This is where we started, right? Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember if there was more than 2 miners on this floor. Well, Mr. Worf, we found floor 2. Yeah, it would also be nice if your other away team members could at least have, like, even just a rudimentary AI of their own, like like saying those 2 letters together makes me want to gag these days, but you know what I mean. Like, they could at least defend themselves. They'd be pretty swell, but, you know. Oh, there's so many dead ends in these stupid mines. It's so loud. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Worf. I mistimed it. Collect some minerals, that'll make you feel better. Sure it was. Man. Seriously, I know I'm, like, this is the 3rd time I brought up, like, It blows me away how much this sprite looks like Gates McFadden. Like, just with a handful of pixels, it's just... Wow. Alright, there's an elevator here. Like, that's not the way I wanted to descend. It kind of worked out, but... See, it's only while I'm recording that I'm like, wait a minute, where the heck's the elevator? We've clearly been here before. Okay. Obviously, we've been here before. There we go. So Riker and Worf, actually, it must have fallen to, what was that, floor 3, maybe? And there goes Geordi. I just wanted to talk to the dude. Yeah, we're on floor 3. So yeah, normally Geordi's the one who can see the glowing minerals. But you, when you play this enough, you can kind of tell, like, when the pixels on the wall are a certain shape, you can tell that there's a mineral there. So we're on floor 3. This goes to 4, okay. I feel like Riker and Worf have taken care of floor 4, but let's see. We haven't rescued anybody on floor 3. Wait, this is a different elevator. Shoot, okay. out of here. Okay, we just went in a big circle there. Okay. This is the floor where we haven't rescued anybody yet, right? Oh look, a dead end that I've already gone down. Like, what a surprise. See, I'm giving you the organic experience, okay? Like, this is... This is how it would have looked in 1994. Except I didn't have as much makeup available. Or a Star Trek tunic to wear. Oh. What a tease. And this is one of those parts in a game that I don't really mind, like, even though it is annoying and Like, it's really not player friendly. Alright, there must be one more. As soon as you get the last one, you get an automatic beam out. But it's one of those things like, you're recording, you're trying to put on a show, it gets more irritating than it does when you're just playing it for fun in private. You know, I don't want to put on a boring ass show where like you're just watching me do the same monotonous crap over and over. So I'm trying to make it entertaining, but, you know. There comes a certain point where it's like, am I able to really keep this entertaining for long? Oh, come on. The last one. Holy hell. Alright. As Joe from GameSack would say, that can go straight to hell. Alright, so my memory was partially correct. There were other miners on the bottom side of the chasm. However, I had to find the correct elevator to get to the right side of the chasm. Ah! All of that shit, and it's so cash. Sorry. I've already made the determination, as of right now where you're watching, there was some editing, because that took... I lost track of exactly how long. That was like an hour and a half. It really shouldn't have taken that long, but I was being a boob. And again, it's one of those things where, like, playing it offline, still repetitive and kind of annoying, but not that bad. While recording, it took way longer. So up to this point, I haven't done any episodes with, like, skips, aheads, and edits, you know, because I want to do it legit and show my work, as it were, but, like, that was some uninteresting slop. Oops. We want the computer. So, we saved. Nope, that's what we... That's Codis Zeta. There we go. I think there's 3 star bases. Can't remember off the top of my head where the others are. Let's see. What you might not have seen, depending on how the edit is I did lose a crew member. They're not dead, but they're injured and taken off active duty. So yeah, stupidly, even with the Enterprise's amazing medical bay and Dr. Crusher's skills, you have to go to a starbase to heal your crew. It's silly, but unfortunately, it does not bring back any of the enlisted crew that are injured. So. Like, perfectly reasonable to me to have to go to a starbase to resupply your torpedoes, of course, but not to heal the crew. Anyway. Excuse me, did you fire a torpedo? That might have been a glitch, but... Oh, random encounters, you so silly. We're just gonna warp away. It's a little awkward when the game's random encounter generator would throw another Ferengi ship that's hostile at you after you just encountered a friendly one. I'm willing to roleplay it a bit, you know, I feel like Picard would probably want to talk to the Doctor directly, but, you know, Worf would be like, hey, you ain't beaming down without a security contingent. There is a degree of randomness to where this Ferengi captain is. But usually the best place to start is the planet that Starbase 202 is orbiting, because it is habitable. Let's see. Pretty rad looking place, eh? If the sensors say the atmosphere is breathable, it's... If in doubt, that's a place you can transport to. Same. Here's some Genesis groove. At the very least, you have to talk to her. I don't know if you have to talk to more people, but... for some reason, that's what triggers it to be able to go through these doors, but... No, I don't actually know if Troy can get different dialogue from these people, as an empath, but... I figured this is the kind of thing that Picard and Troy would beam down for, specifically, so... Or Riker and Troy. But... Hey, look at that. Captain, I wanted to rock out. Sometimes he's not on the planet, though, and you actually have to track his ship down. So, I don't know if it's completely random, or if it's based on, like, how quickly you get to the planet after you first are given the lead. Probably it's safe to just go ahead back to the Codis news system. This part. So this is a part of the game that's actually optional. I don't think it's that way in the Super Nintendo version, but So, full disclosure, I've never successfully completed this optional mission, but we're gonna give it a try. I think that's the only dialogue chain that gets you to this point. Ooh, that ain't set the stun anymore. Shoot. So the best that I can recall, it's like the ship is mostly sealed off, but there's some switches here we can flip, so we'll leave Jordy here for now. And then you can escape through these vents. No, the switches, they affect, like, there's these laser grids, or force fields, I guess, that are blocking off key parts of the ship. Like, I think that leads to the bridge. We're just back in engineering. Okay. I've tried all four already, right? Was there another set of switches, maybe? You've probably already seen how why I haven't figured this out before. Like, as bad as the mines were, at least the objective is clear enough. But here it's kind of like, what? Alright, so something else shuts down that force field. This is kind of a weird layout for a Federation and freighter, don't you think? Well, obviously there's more to the switch puzzle than just that. That doesn't sound good. At least the music's interesting. Not the best thing that Genesis produces, but... Okay, well, we did deactivate that force field. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. I vaguely remember this. Well, that was... something. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No! Yeah. That sucks. I had hoped to do at least a slightly better job of that mission for y'all. But at least where I made that save point, it's pretty close to where that mission starts, so maybe on a separate show, we could do like a mini episode where we try to beat that. But thankfully that's not tied to the progression of the story. I mean, it still sucks that we lost the hostages, but... Although there's a chance they survive, because I know where that ship's gone. Too bad they're not fighting each other. See if we've got enough repairs done on navigation. Beavis. Well, you know, Picard, we were already there, and we got ambushed. It is pretty cool attention to detail, though. Like, when the communications are damaged, you saw how the view screen got blurry. Come on, Data. I guess Picard and Riker wouldn't have beam downs, but... Now, you know why we gathered minerals while we were in the mines already. So apparently what the devs intended was for you to go back to the mines to gather minerals. Power the Tavad. Although, at least they did acknowledge that you might have picked them up already. How the repair is going. Good. Yeah, if the computer's too badly damaged, you can't save, so that's not good. So now we should be able to go there, and because we have the Tavad, we can bypass the enemy ships that are waiting near the anomaly. This is worth a warp 9. Whoa. So, to know what to look for, if by this point you're still not super versed in the navigation charts, the 1A, 1B, 1C, of course, represents the moons, so this is probably how you would be scanning through. You're looking for a planet that only has one moon. That looks icy.